Video cameras on so people can see your beautiful faces. Okay, today we are so excited because we have one of the best trainers I know, and that's Lorianne Julie Lulio Casdia. I mean, I just love her name because I can't ever say it. But um, but Lorianne really is amazing. Someday I'm going to go out to Long Island and visit with her. But she really is one of the best trainers I've ever watched, seen, and believe me, I've been to lots and lots and lots and lots of seminars. But she's not only good at what she does, but she always ups her game. She takes more classes, gets more coaching done. She's one of the top coaches for Jack Canfield's coaching group, which I think now there are over 3,000 or something like that. But Jack knows Lorianne and really, really loves her and appreciates her. And she's going to be training at our Golden Motorcycle event. Woohoo! She's never done that. And so this will be her first time in Los Angeles with us at the Golden Motorcycle Gang on April 1st through the 3rd. And this one is going to be the first time that we offer a lot of one-on-ones with our own coaches, with our own trainers. I know Ellie is going to offer some one-on-ones on how you can lose weight. And if anybody knows how to lose weight, Ellie and I had a lot of discussion about that yesterday, laughing our heads off. Because when I met Ellie, she was beautiful and darling, but she didn't look exactly like this.
I still have a hard time believing those pictures. It's like those are right.
Well, you know what? We love each other and we've had fun. And the cool thing about this community is that we support each other's growth. We don't care about where we've been. We only care about where we're headed and also what we've been through. So Ellie and I were laughing all day yesterday. She's like, "Do you have a picture of this? Do you have a picture of that?" And I'm like, "I don't know if you're going to want this." And we were laughing so hard because she's she's changed every single thing about her life. And it's because of this group and because of the community support and because of the inner relationship coaching. And so we are really, really excited about Lorianne. She's got a robust business in New York. She has been trained, and she and I have a little bit of the same background. We both have a deep, deep, deep learning and teaching of yoga, pranayama, Kundalini, all of those things about yoga. But we both have been very corporate and entrepreneurial. So we've worked for big corporations, we've trained big CEOs, and it's fun to talk to Lorianne because she definitely pushes my buttons and makes me work a little bit harder. And we all need that, you know, we need each other. So without much more introduction, because I could gloat with you, Lorianne, for a long time, I want to get into the meat of what you're going to teach us today because Lorianne, we were talking about, she knows what it takes to have a mindset to own your own company. And it's really, really the difference between you being successful and not on how you portray yourself, but how you portray yourself is through energy. And that is what you believe. So go for it, sweet girl.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Trish. That was
Uh-huh.
so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. My check must have cleared. That's good. No, I'm kidding. No, you're always so magnanimous. And thank you so much, Ellie. Good to see you, love. And good to see all of your beautiful, shining faces. Anybody who doesn't have their camera on, we'd love to see your eyes because that's how we connect with each other. And I also, it allows me to know that what I'm saying is sinking in. And I think it's real important. So yeah, I want us all to really, you're going to hear me say this, is to step, good morning, Kat, is to step into our CEO high heels or work boots, whatever it is that you want to step into. I like to refer to myself as a CVO, a Chief Visionary Officer, and because that's what I am for my company. I am the visionary officer. I am the executive, but really I'm the vision behind everything that my companies go to and what they're going to do. And I kind of help lead the horses and the whole community down the road. And this community is so important to all of us. And I really encourage you all to come in every Saturday and get the yummy goodness, because we are going to be teaching lots of great stuff this year in 2024. And if you can come out to California with us with the motorcycle gang, that is just a different experience, because that's where our energies connect even on a higher vibrational level. So I really look forward to doing that. So let me jump in. I have a lot of stuff. I'm going to go New York fast. So hang on tight, kids, because this is how I work. I'm going to go really fast. But if anybody has any questions or needs to reach out later to get more clarification or anything, please feel free. I'll drop my information in at the end. So let me just go here and start sharing my screen. So as we said, just let me do some technical stuff here so I can see all your beautiful faces. Okay, so as we said, we're going to talk about the mindset of owning your own business, right? And I am Coach Lorianne. I do this, and I was just recently named the America's #1 Take Action Coach, Success Coach. So I was really excited about that. It wasn't my name. It was a name that I got from somebody else. Today on the agenda, we're going to talk about where we are now, what we want to achieve, 3 steps to success, and we're going to simplify everything. I'm going to give you some tools you may know, you may not know, but I'm going to revisit it. I'm going to give you some resources. We're going to take action, and we're going to talk about the activation visioning workshop that I have coming up. So that's what we're talking about today. So how many of you own your own business? Drop a yes in the chat, please. Thank you, Ellie, for doing the repost. Excellent. Okay. And how many of you are in an MLM? Drop a yes in the chat. I kind of know the answers to these, but I figured I'd ask you anyway. Okay. And how many of you think, yes, yes, yes. And how many of you think and believe that you own your own business when you're in an MLM, that this is your business? Drop a yes in the chat as well, because yes, it is your own business. Even though you have an upline, that's support. Even though you have a downline, that's support and resources. But this is your business. And I really need you to think about it that way. As much as we definitely have support, and that's really good, I kind of think of my upline as like resources, people that I can go to, power partners, but this is my business and I'm going to make it the way I want it to be. So I want you to really step into that. We definitely need to change our mindset with that. So I want you to definitely step into your CEO, CBO, high heels or work boots. And I want you to say out loud, this is my company. I want you to say it out loud. Unmute yourself. And I want to hear everybody say, this is my company. Ready? This is my company. Right.
Company.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is your company. And I want you to think of that. And when you're sitting there and you're not sure where to go, I want you to go put on a pair of high heels, put on a pair of work boots, put on whatever you need to put on, step into it and really think about what you want for your company, which brings me to decide. You have to decide what you want. Now, as a CEO, CVO of your company, what do you want? Do you want to be a Royal Crown Diamond? Do you want to be a silver? Do you want to be a customer? Do you want to teach and train? Do you want to get others to do that for you, teach and train? What is it that you want in 2024? So many times we are not asked this question. What do you want? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little exercise and we're going to drop you into a room. But not yet. Trisha's going to be nice enough to set this up. And this is how this little, I'm going to call it a game goes. It's really important, though, that you listen to the rules to the game. The person with the closest birthday can go first, and you would be partner A. You're going to answer the question that we're going to ask. So with that, we don't want any commentary. So you're going to see us do it. We don't want any commentary from you as the person giving the answers of what you want, and no commentary or responses from the person asking the question, what do you want? Partner B is going to ask the same question over and over. What do you want? What do you want? And I'm going to model that in a minute. Partner B will also write down what you say you want, so you don't have to think about it. I just want you to think about what you want and just keep saying whatever comes to mind. And don't worry if something doesn't come to mind, just say whatever it is, it will come. And it does get harder. You're going to do it for a full solid minute. It gets harder. There's a reason for it, which I will explain. Again, partner B, really important. No comments, no, oh, me too, no, good for you, nothing, no comments, just keep asking, what do you want? If partner A starts asking you questions, just ask her, what do you want? What do you want? Just keep asking that question. And then when you see switch, we're going to put a switch in the chat box. When it's time, immediately switch positions and the other person should ask the question. All make sense? Yes? Give me a thumbs up, please. Okay, good. So I'm going to model that right now with Kat. Kat, I'm going to ask you the question. I'm going to ask you, what do you want? Okay. So we're going to do that. Hold on. Let me put the timer on. Okay. Kat, what do you want?
Royal Crown Diamond forever.
What do you want?
Total control over my being on a day-to-day basis.
What do you want?
Pull it all together.
What do you want?
Success.
What do you want?
Celebration.
What do you want?
Travel.
What do you want?
Travel places I've never been before. More adventure.
What do you want?
More adventure. Travel to places like Galapagos.
What do you want?
Yeah, pull it all together to be balanced in home as well as business.
What do you want?
I want things to go my way with grace and ease all the time, and remember to always allow it.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for doing that with me, Kat. See, now what you saw was, although Kat wasn't struggling, she did some time stepping in there with a little bit of a repeat, but that allowed her to think even bigger, even more deeper, go even more deeper. And that's what will happen is you're going to see things. You may hear something come out of your mouth you don't even expect. That's the yumminess of this exercise too. It's like, oh, I didn't even know I wanted that, because it just comes out. So the balanced home and business, the more travel, more adventure, you started diving deeper into that. And that was really exciting as well. So we're going to put you in your rooms. You're going to decide.
Lorianne, so we are ready to go with the rooms, but one room is going to have 3 people in it. How do you want them to handle that?
Keep you and I out of the rooms, and then this way, or put you in with the room, but keep me out.
Well, okay. So if I do that, it's 1 or 2 participants per room. So will I just see it come up?
I just want 2 people per room. So if you put open up 12 rooms, no, open up 6 rooms.
Okay.
And then I will stay out. So just pop me out of the room. So I shouldn't be in a room.
Okay, hon. All right, you ready to go?
I am good to go. So everybody go in the room. Anybody have any questions before we go?
Everybody do a thumbs up so we know to start.
Roberta has a question. What's your question, love?
We will. I've done this before, but we never wrote it down. So, okay. Just
You're going to write down what the other person says so that they don't have to forget. And then later on, you guys can share it.
Okay. Good.
Okay. All right. Set us through, Trish.
Here we go. Bye-bye.
Have fun. Play nice. Hi, love. Can you go into Fran's room, please? I need to get the controls so I can put the timer on.
Okay, well, I don't know how to go give you control, your co-host.
Okay, let me see if I can see the breakout rooms from here. Oh, I can. Okay, so I am going to, let's see if I can put you in there. Let me bring Fran out here. Would you do it with Fran? I'm going to pull Fran in here. You're on mute.
Yeah, I was in Ellie's and then a friend came in, so I took myself out.
Awesome. How was that?
Interesting.
Did anybody hear something that came out of your mouth that you didn't expect, that you were like, whoa? Anybody? Okay. Okay. I love that you all know what you want. Now you really have an idea of what you want, and that is a real good thing. You can do that with anyone, to really get you into that mindset. Make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. I love the excitement, Roberta. This is awesome. So we decided what you want. I love that exercise. And I look at Royal Crown Diamond and I'm like, it just takes my breath away when I see that number, 300,000 plus members, right, Kat? Amazing, amazing. But I don't believe that Kat sat there and went, okay, let me call 300,000 of my best friends. I think it was more like, all right, we got to start someplace, right? So all I say to that is, if you want to be Royal Crown Diamond, absolutely, that's your long goal. But I'm going to give you a couple of tools today to get to that point, right? So success takes strategy and plan, right? You got to take action. If you don't take action, you're not anywhere. And also consistency is really important. And follow up. Trish, could you mute everyone but me, please? I just want to get some of the background noise off. So the taking action is important. Statistically speaking, 92% of us do not ever take action. We dream, we want to do it, we really have good intentions, but we don't take the actions. Only 8% of us take action. And I believe the 8% are in this room right now. We want the 8% of us to be right here, right now, right? Yeah, Ellie, I love that. So we're going to take action. We're going to move the needle. And my goal is to get that 8% up to 15, up to 20, up to 50. That's what our goal is going to be, is to get everybody in our lives to what? Take action. Real important. So becoming the best version of yourself is what I do as a coach. I coach people to help them become the best version of themselves, and the money will follow. They show up for themselves. They don't make excuses. They become the best version. And if you want to get to the next level, to unlock more confidence, more success, more freedom and fulfillment, how do you do that? You take action. You become the best version of yourself. You're going to show up. And I'm going to share 10 things with you that can help you take action, step into your CEO, CVO, high heel shoes or work boots, and have the mindset of owning a business. So the first step is this, and I learned this from my dear friend, Dean Graciosi, is it's on me. It's on me. No one is coming to rescue you. No one is coming to save you. People are going to let you down. People are going to take advantage of you. It is what it is, right? No blame, no shame. It's not your mama's fault. It's not your preacher's fault. It's not the government's fault. It's not your potty training. It's none of that. It's on you. So as soon as you get to the point, Ellie, you're cracking up, but you know what I mean. Soon as you get the point of taking responsibility and knowing this is on me. Listen, we all have justifiable excuses. I am the queen of justifiable excuses. But at the end of the day, I have to take action. Quick story. Quick story about that. I was in the middle of the week. I was down in my laundry room. I'm folding my laundry, and I'm wondering, why in the world am I doing something that I just don't like doing? I mean, of all the things, I'd rather put hot pins in my eyes than fold my laundry, but I know there's an important thing about folding my laundry and putting it away for the kids, for me, for my partner, right? There's something homey about that. But I don't enjoy it in any way, shape, or form. So I'm sitting there going, why am I doing this on a Wednesday when I should be up in my office working? And what it was a justifiable excuse, because it's an important thing now, isn't it? Right? But I was avoiding something. I was avoiding making a phone call for 2.5 weeks, by the way. I was avoiding making this phone call because I didn't know what the outcome was going to be. And I had worked all the worst case scenarios into place. I had like every conversation one could possibly have with this person without even picking up the phone. So I made myself go upstairs and stop it. And I picked up the phone and I had a conversation. That conversation lasted less than a minute. And the answer was, yeah, of course, no problem. I drove myself crazy for 2.5 weeks. I folded laundry to not make this phone call, and I could have just ripped off the Band-Aid and done it. So take action. It's on me. Make sense? Absolutely. Okay, the next one, and I want you to write these down because it's real important. Who is steering your ship? Is it you? Is it the news? Is it your partner? Is it your mom? I know my mom used to steer my ship. She was in my head all the time. I was like, "Ooh, mom wouldn't like that." It's not about my mom, right? It's about me. So who is steering your ship? And I say this, if you're going to fail, fail on your own terms. I have failed miserably many times, multiple times. Major, hugely successful people, they are going to fail. They have failed. Hershey failed 3 times miserably. The business, terrible. Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey got fired because she was a bad interviewer from her first job. How'd that work out for her, right? So fail on your own terms. And I like what Lisa Nichols says, is she says, fail with the I, add a little foot, make it fall and fall forward, fall into it, learn from your failures. You know when failure is bad? Not when your school teacher told you that, because that's where we got told that over and over and over. Failure's bad, right? When failure is bad is when we don't learn from the failure, when we don't take another step forward and learn a little bit from it so we don't do it again. When we start repeating that failure over and over, the same one, and we're not learning from it, that's true failure. But otherwise, failure is good. We only learn. That's how we learn as humans, from failing. Quick story about the baby. So if you ever watch babies try to walk, they get up, they fall down, right? I've never seen a baby fall down and go, "Oh my God, Johnny just saw me fall. I'm never going to walk again." Right? She just gets up again and tries again. She hits her head on the table. She cries. We pick her up. We coddle her. She gets back up until she walks, because that's what she wants. She has an intention. She has a goal. She has a direction. She doesn't care what anybody else thinks. She keeps her mind on her own action. And Johnny's sitting over there. He's not sitting over there going, "Oh no, she fell. I'm never trying this." Johnny's not doing that. Johnny's going to try to get up too. So I want you to remember the little baby. When you sit there and you fall, don't worry about it. Just get up, brush yourself off, get a hug from your bestie, and keep going forward. Next one, audit your inner circle. Oh, for goodness sakes. Now, I am blessed because one of my inner circles is right here. I have superhumans in this group, and so do you. We have Trish, we have Ellie, we have Kat, we have Amberly, we have Fran, we have Roberta, we have Heather. We have superhumans that are supporting us and are raving fans. And the sum total of the top people around you define you, and your network is your net worth. So if you don't have a good group surrounding you, you're going to be battling all the time. They're the people who are going to put doubt in your mind. They're the people who are going to keep you small. So you want to surround yourself with raving fans. I have a bestie who is my raving fan, and I got to tell you, nothing I can do is wrong. But she will call me on my, I'm going to say a bad word, she'll call me on my shit. And she needs to, and I love that about her, but she does it with kindness and gentleness, and she gets me back on track. And we all need those people. Trish, she'll call me out, and I'll call her out. Ellie, same thing. We call each other out and go, "Yeah, we understand, but no." And so that's what you want. You want good, strong people around you. And I don't mean 700 people. Get 2 real raving fans around you. That's all you need, 2. Next one, solve bigger problems. You know, I'm in this mastermind with these amazing humans that are just doing amazing things. I sit there and wonder how I'm even in the room with them, right? And what it is they're solving big problems. And when I look at the challenges I have, they're nothing. So solve bigger problems means you have bigger problems, which means you're really growing and you are expanding. This is my time to be bold. Oh my gosh, I want you to reach inside yourself and find your courage, find your brave soul. Don't worry about being judged. Remember the baby. Baby didn't care, right? Don't worry about being judged. Be brave, be bold, And I want you to look at what you're avoiding. Look at what you're avoiding. What was I avoiding? I didn't want that answer. I didn't want to know. So I was avoiding a phone call and I got a yes. So look at what you're avoiding and head on. Really, really look at it head on. And if you can't really see it yourself, that's when a coach comes into play. We can walk you through and help you get beyond that. And here's the really, really big part of this is my time to be bold. Do it for you. And if not for you, do it for your family. If not for you, do it for the people you care and love. Because if you don't do it, it's in, as my Italian mama would say, is you're doing a disservice to you and your community. And I want you to live on the other side of comfortable. It's time for uncomfortable actions. Be uncomfortable. I am actually more comfortable being uncomfortable, if that makes sense. But it's true. I love being uncomfortable. When I get too cushy comfortable, I see people shaking their heads. When I get too cushy comfortable, I know I'm not really growing. And I don't like that feeling. So I'm like, ruh-roh, I need to do something. So then I'll call up one of my besties. I'll be calling up Trish going, okay, in a comfort zone, what do I do? And she kicks my button and helps me take action. The next one is my all-time favorite. Meet the day with love. Meet every day with love. If you start from a place of love with your clients will feel your intention. With love, they will feel your intentions. I want you to make a commitment to serve greater, care more, love more. The biggest byproduct of this is that you will fall in love with yourself. And if you've fallen out of love with yourself, you're going to fall back in love with yourself because other things pulled you away from who you were. That happened to me. I didn't like who I was becoming. I blew up my whole entire world, changed who I was surrounded with. And now I'm loving life. I love who I'm around. The vibrations are great. I take good care of myself. I just lost 40 pounds. And I did that because, yeah, Ellie, I did that because I fell back in love with myself. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm never going to give that power over to somebody else. Next one, focus on the fix. I love this one. Focus on the fix. We are taught, we are programmed to focus on what happened. Why did it go wrong? Whose fault is it? I need to blame somebody. Whose fault is this? All right, who's gonna own up to it? Not gonna be me. So no. Focus on the fix. So if you spill a glass of milk, why did it spill? Whose fault is it? Doesn't matter. Wipe it up, get another glass of milk. Focus on the fix. Focus on the fix, right? The focus on the fix, I want you to, when you do that, I want you to see it. I want you to feel it. I want you to learn from the fix. I want you to make it happen and I want you to empower it. Make sense? Yes, thumbs up. Makes sense. Good. And here's the thing about focus, and I want you to write this down. Write focus down and write this down. Follow one course until successful. Follow one course until successful. That is what focus really means. Follow one course until successful. It's a great acronym, right? Right. And this is going to make you successful. So when you get that inbox full of those emails with all these free opportunities and you can pay for $29 or whatever opportunities, say yes, maybe later, put it in a little folder and maybe refer it later. I promise you they'll be there later at a different time. Stay on course, stay on your train track, stay on what you're doing. So often I got sucked into that. I was taking these courses. I was a serial course taker. I was taking all these courses at the same time. You know what? I wasn't focused on my business. And now I'm focused solely on my business. Patty Aubrey said to me, Lorianne, you take another course, I'm going to come to your house and slap you. And I was like, well, okay. And she says, in 2023, I want that commitment. I made that commitment in 2023 and I supersized my company. I supersized what I'm doing. I got to serve more people, do exactly what I needed to do. I had every tool in my toolbox I ever needed. And I avoided my inbox. I didn't take all those courses. I give them now. The next one, 8, is look for the little shifts. I love this one. So small hinges swing big doors. I'm sure you've heard that quote before. So small shifts in your life make different differences in such big ways. Tiny micro shifts in your life create energy, power, and purpose. And what routines do you have right now? If you subtly shift just one of them, you would be able to actually feel that energy, the power, and the purpose, just shifting one little thing. So, what routine can you shift now? I want you to write something down that you're going to shift in one of your daily routines that you do every day. We are habitual. That's what humans are. We like repetitiveness, we like patterns. We just function that way, right? What little shift can you make? Can you do a little more journaling? What little small shift? Can you not look at your cell phone for the first half hour after you wake up? For God's sakes, don't. Don't start that way. Instead, shift, little minor shift. Do a little gratitude journal. If you don't like journaling and writing it down, do the gratitude in your head. I am so thankful for, so grateful for. Just a little shift. Read a chapter in a book to fill your mind and soul. Drink lemon water in the morning. Not only great for your, yes, Trish, not only great for your immune system, great for you to just clear everything out. It's good for your system. There's so many yummy goodness with your lemon water. And if you don't have lemons, I would tell you use lemon essential oil, for goodness sakes. A couple of drops of that. I travel with it. I go nowhere with it. People are always wondering, what's that little bottle that I'm dropping oil into my water when I'm out at a restaurant? And notoriously, I have an opportunity for another client that way, right? And here's the other thing, take a pause. Although I speak really quickly, I do pause. I do take a pause in my day. I take a pause and I drill back. I drill back on how my day is going and I just stop. I didn't freeze. I just embraced the pause. I just stopped. I want you to go into the world offensively, not defensively, and make little shifts that will make huge impacts. Number 9 is I will persist until I succeed. What was the acronym for focus? Drop it in the chat room. Drop it in the chat, someone. The acronym for focus. Really important. I will persist until I succeed. When did anybody ever start thinking that the prize is at the beginning? When did anybody ever see that you don't have to turn corners in order to be successful? So if you have ever read, and if you haven't, I really recommended it, is Og Mandino's The Greatest Salesman in the World. I'm sorry. The greatest salesman in the world isn't really about being a salesman. It's really they talk about you don't start successful. You need to have breakthroughs. You need to learn the process. And once you do, that's when you learn turning those corners. Every time you turn a corner, one day you're going to turn the corner and it's there. You're going to turn that right corner. So keep turning corners. And the last is who versus how. Who versus how. So how do I start? How do I fit this in, right? Who versus how. Who do I know that already does this? Who does this already in a way that I can model after? Instead of asking yourself or giving yourself excuses and stopping yourself from taking action, find somebody who already does it. Reach out to someone who already has been successful. Hey, how'd you start this? How'd you do this? How'd you do that? So the who is who you want to look for. Who has the steps, the roadmap to get you there? The how will come, I promise you. So the what is what we want, that comes from the heart. The how happens in the brain, and the who are the people we connect and serve ourselves around. Make sense? Awesome, awesome. All right, so now I want you guys to do this. I want you to raise the bar. I want you to raise the bar. What does that mean? So I have a sister. My sister is challenged, has been from birth. She was considered, at the time they called it mentally retarded. Now they call them on the spectrum. She will be no more than a 5-year-old capacity forever. And 2 things I learned from her. First is unconditional love. This girl has unconditional love. So she comes from the heart. She is just amazing. The love, no matter what, she just loves you just sincerely, like every bit of you. If you ever want to really understand the touch of God, talk to my sister. It's amazing. What I also understood that when I was little, my mother said to me, Lorianne, and I shared a room with my sister, Lorianne, you have to make your sister's bed. And I was like, what now? And so I wasn't too happy about that. I was like, I was bad enough I had to make my own. Now I have to make hers. And my mom's like, Lorianne, she can't do that. And I was like, can't? No, 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 that does not resonate with me. And I was like, she'll learn. So I started teaching her how to make the bed. Now, did she make it so you could bounce a quarter off of it? No, but she learned how to make the bed. And there were other things mom said, oh, your sister can't do that. And I was like, she can do it. And we've taught her and taught her and taught her by repetition. That's how we teach people, right? And she learned how to do these other things as well. I raised the bar on her. Quick other story. I raised the bar on myself unknowingly. I moved into my first house. I wanted to make my own curtains. My mom taught me how to sew. This was back in the day, don't do math, when we didn't have FaceTime and all the ways for us to get together. I actually had to call her on a phone. It was a flip phone too, by the way. So I call her on the phone and I was like, Mom, I got to this place in the sewing. I can't figure this out. She would walk me through. She was amazing, right? Amazing. And when I was done, I took a picture of it and I had to snail mail the picture to her because I couldn't email it to her at the time because there was no such thing. And she gets the picture. She goes, oh my God, Lorianne, they came out really great. But I have a question for you. And I was like, yeah, okay. She goes, so when you went to pick the pattern, why did you pick a Vogue pattern? And I was like, because I liked the pattern. I liked what the curtain was going to be. I didn't like the other pattern. She goes, okay, just so you know, you picked the hardest sewing pattern to start with that you could ever start. You couldn't pick the easy sew. And I was like, I didn't like any of those. But look at that. I didn't know that, so it didn't stop me. I wasn't sitting there going, oh, I'm not a good enough sewer, so I can't do this. I didn't sit there and make excuses. Oh, I forget it. I'm bailing out. I'm not doing this. No, I found the who. I found the who could walk me through to get me to the other end. And I didn't lower my bar. I raised the bar. And we have, unfortunately, a propensity to lower the bars on other people and ourselves. They can't do that. Don't make those decisions for people. I want you to raise the bar on yourself. I want you to raise that bar and I want it to go high. And when I raise the bar, I want you reaching for your goals. I don't want these goals that you know are attainable and easy to do. And look at how successful I am. I attained my goal. No, raise the bar. If you wrote a goal down to do a certain number, I want you to multiply it by 10. I want you to take those financial numbers and multiply it. I want you to take how many people you want on your team and multiply it. Okay, let's get back to breathing. Okay, anxiety, 300,000 members. What the heck? How am I going to do that? Oh, okay, that's easy. What did I say before? Just start. And here's the simplified version of all that talk you hear on all these calls and either amongst your friends and family. All right. What do we want to achieve? We want to build a bigger team, right? So what do we have to do? We need to use the products. In order for us to have knowledge and working knowledge of the products, we have to what? Use them. And those are the products I speak best about because I use them. I have firsthand experience because it does that. What? Number two, it helps me share. It helps me share what the products do, right? I can share my experience and my stories about how the products work. Or I could call up Trish or Ellie or Amberly or Kathy or Roberta and ask them, hey, have you ever used this? How do you use this? So I can share that with people. And that's how we get teams. And then here's the third step. We need to support our team. We need to follow up with our team members. We need to see what they need and we need to support them, right? It's very, very easy. Anyone here knows that when you use the products in your company, you chose this company because that company resonated with you. They work for you. You like the ethos of the company. You like the people you meet and the products work, right? And when we talk about our experiences, when we talk about it with the products, how we use them and integrate them into our lives and the improvement we have seen, which likely you all know this, right? We share. Sharing is caring, right? You've heard that before. Well, wouldn't you share with your bestie you found this great manicurist or mechanic or jeweler? Well, we need to share these products. And every time we talk about these products, we get another raving fan for the products because they can feel our energy when we talk about it because we really, really sincerely love it. So wouldn't you feel in integrity to share about how great these products serve you? Doesn't that make sense to you all? So we have a guest here today who is she's going to share something that she does that we're going to use as a tool, and I'll introduce her in a second, but I want to share her and listen to how she shares what she does in a minute. So when we share about the products, one of the things I love to talk about is how it comes like Amazon, how I'm helping the environment because I'm not taking my card to 17 stores to find products that may be toxic, or I'm paying for water, and how I'm helping myself and my family, and how, what the actual numbers are, and how I save time and money when I use these products. And once you have some people on your team, whether they are customers or want to share, or want to share it by being in the business, just follow up and support them, whether they're a customer or a business partner, right? And if they're a customer, and I love to start everybody out as customers, because again, you got to use the product to understand the product, to want to share the product. So sharing is not selling. I want you to say that to yourself. Sharing is not selling. We don't sell these products. We don't have to sell these products. They sell themselves. People want them. I know when I walk out and I have the joy on, and people are like, what is that? And I tell them what it is. I whip it out of my purse because of course I'm always carrying it, and they want it. They want it right then and there. So sharing is caring, and sharing is not selling. So let's do a little napkin math here. I'm sure you've heard of napkin math before, but we're going to do napkin math in a different way. Quick story. One of my clients, her name is Christina. She's a massage therapist. She's just starting her business, and she is overwhelmed. She has 4 clients so far, and she's like, Lorianne, I don't know if I can keep in this business. It's really difficult, but I love what I do. And she has the best energy. She's a great massage therapist. And I was like, so let me ask you a question. How many people do you need to make sure that you make enough money so you can pay your rent and you can live? She says 30 to 40 people. I was like, okay. So if I do easy math, because I don't do good math, I'll need a calculator for this. But if I do easy math and divide it by 10 months, not 12, by 10 months, how many clients do you need a month? She said 4. And all of a sudden, her eyes opened wide. She was like, oh my God, that means I only need 1 new client a week. And I was like, bingo, that's napkin math. It's taking the big goal number and breaking it down to see how many people do we have to talk to? How many people do we have to see? How many people do we have to have a conversation with in order for us to get those perfect clients that will work for her? She only needs 1 a week. And by the way, the next week she had 4. So she did it in 1 week. She did it in 1 week because she took that, I don't know how to do it. She took the how out of her brain. She knew what she had to do. She knew what she had to do. So let's do a little napkin math on Young Living and doing an MLM, right? So let's say we want to add 12 new members to our team in 2024. How many we need a month? 1 new member. That difficult? No, right? That's easy. That's easy enough to talk to how many people, right? So we're going to talk to how many people you need to get that 1 member, right? 24 members added to my team in 2024. I need 2 members. That means I need 1 new person every other week, potentially, right? 48 members, 4 per month, 1 per week. Make sense? Very, very easy math. Napkin math. If I want to add 100 members to my team in 2024, I only need 8 people a month, 2 people a week. That's not as overwhelming as when I see that 100 number. You see how we can get to the 300,000? We're not going to do it in the first day. Keep the numbers smart, keep them attainable, right? We'll get to the 300,000. That's how Kat got there. That's how Kat got there. And that's how we will. These are my happy, friendly people. So look at my 12. If those 12 people then get 2 people each, that's 24. I got 36 more people on my team. All very happy and healthy, by the way. Just saying. So it is statistic that we will get 9 no's to get 1 yes. So that means we have to talk to how many people? 10. So for each 1 yes, and by the way, that's average statistics. There are times we get 2 or 3 in those 10 that we speak to. So rejection. Don't worry about the no's. No's mean not yet. They don't have enough information, whatever. They may come back, but you seeded. Seeding is just as important as a yes, because we can always go back to those people that we have seeded. All right. Seeding is when we put the seed in their brain about this product that's out there that one day they're going to say, oh, you know what? Maybe I do need a little lavender oil in my kids' laundry. So when they go to sleep, the lavender helps them go night night faster. Maybe we need to do that. All right, so rejection. So I'm going to get frank with you, and I want you to write this down. Everybody get paper and pen. I'm going to get real frank with you. I want you to write frank just how I have it on this sheet, right? Let's make it easy to get your 10. And I want you to keep an open mind on this. I promise you I will show you how this works. First, I want you to write friends down. Then I want you to write relatives down. Then I want you to write acquaintances or associates. Then I want you to write neighbors. And then coworkers or kids and parents or kids' parents. So if you know kids and you go to like the gymnastics or the football teams, or you're sitting on the sidelines and you're talking to all the parents, that's what I mean by kids' parents. If you know people's kids and you know their parents, you want to talk to their parents. All right. So I'm going to say stop, deep breath. We're not selling. We don't need to. We are sharing. Some people are going to say, I don't want to talk to friends and family. Hold on. I want you to write 2 names that immediately come to mind when you go to each of these categories. So write 2 names down who are friends of yours. Write 2 names down that are relatives. Write 2 names down or acquaintances or associates. Write 2 neighbors down. I got Joe on one side and Nick on the other. Write 2 coworkers or kids' parents down. Oh no, what is that? 10 people. Easy. We just wrote down 10 people and it probably came very quickly to you. If you don't have 10, if you don't have all those people, don't worry. Just write down who you know. Because when you start thinking about it, of all the people you've touched in your life, over the span of your life, you can start having conversations with the people. We're not going to have conversations like, hey, I started a new business, blah, blah, blah. You can if you want. That's not my style. My style is to call up and see how people are doing. I'm checking in with them. I'm seeing what's going on. And if I hear that they have a cold, I make a recommendation of an essential oil, or I make a recommendation of doing Ningxia Red, or I make a recommendation that will help them feel better. And then I go check back in with them. I work with 10 people at a time and only 10 people at a time. That makes sense? Has any of you heard of Frank before? I love Frank. Frank is my bestie. Love, love, love Frank. So if you do this and you keep the numbers out of your head, you will have the 1 or 2 or 8 people you need a month because you're having genuine conversations. And I want you to rinse and repeat. When you're done with those 10, you can move on to the next 10 and just do Frank again. Be Frank again. Frank is going to become your best friend. Rinse and repeat. Now, there is a lot of resources out there. And this is when I'm going to ask you to focus again and scroll past on our jackcanfieldoils.com website. Scroll past the weekly Saturday events. Whoop, whoop. That's what we are today. Scroll past the Motorcycle Gang in-person event that we have in April. Sign up for that, by the way. It's going to be awesome. And there's only 100 places available. There's a resource section under that. If you want to learn more and you already do, Frank, and you have these tools, I really recommend you do the brand partner basics. It's this one over here, the one with the pink flower. Click on that. That will take you through what you need as a brand partner. This is everything you possibly need. If you're beyond that and you already, hey, Lorianne, I already know how to do that. I do Frank. I know how to do that. I know how to talk to people. No worries. But I don't know how to teach. No worries. The second one here, it says I can't even read that. Oh, your complete scripts. These are scripts. So if you need to teach a class, the scripts are right here, or call one of us. We'll come on and teach a class for you. Not a problem. And if we don't teach it, we know people who will teach it. I know Trish and Ellie and Kat can teach anything. So we all can come in and teach it for you. Or if you want to do it yourself and learn, the game plan is amazing. It's already done for you. And another thing, and you're going to learn more about this later this year, is our app. We have an app that will help you follow up. It will help you be consistent. It will help you know what steps to do. It'll keep all your clients in one place so you have a really good communication. It is a little bit more complicated. So when you're ready for that, let us know, because we want to get you on this app, and we're going to have trainings later this year on this app. So we're all on the app and we're communicating and using these 3 great tools. There are other tools down here that you can reference if you want, but these are the places to start if you want more resources. Other resources are your people already on your team, above you and below you. I love to talk to my team and find out their superpower. So one thing I know is Ellie is a chef. I don't know if everybody knew that. Ellie's a chef. So if I have a food question, who do you think I'm calling? I'm calling Ellie. I don't have to go anyplace else. If I need something about yoga or a million other things, like I called up a couple of months ago, I called up Trish. I'm like, Trish, what crystal do I need to do? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, it's a blah, blah, blah. So use the resources of the people on your team. We all have superpowers. You have resources right there. Some of them are great at databases. Some of them are good at emailing blasts. Some are good and have great ideas that when they do presentations in people's houses, they make really good tables up, or they do these really good games, or talk to each other. Use your resources. You don't have to search, and you don't have to become serial workplace attenders, going into all these different workshops. Stay here, pick one, stay there, live there, but don't go to 100 of these, because while you're spending hour after hour after hour attending things, you're not working on your business, and that doesn't get you. I can give you fancy schmancy let's take action spreadsheets and goals, and I can give you all those if you're really into them. Hit me up. I'll be more than happy to do it, but it's not necessarily. Keep it simple. Do those 3 steps we already talked about. Here's a commitment I'm going to ask you to make, is the rule of 5. Jack talked about it last week. Rule of 5, take 5 actions every day towards your goals. If you call, email, text, I don't know, carrier pigeon, 5 people every day, that's your rule of 5. 2 days, you do your 10. What are the chances you're going to get somebody to sign on? What are the chances somebody's going to be a customer? You're going to be improving their lives. You're going to be helping improving their lives. Share this beautiful product. We are helping each other and making the world better by doing it. Rule of 5 commitment. Emails, text, social media messaging, all works absolutely 100%. It's a little cold. So I found this thing. So I like to call it trying to get attention in the middle of a parade. You know, Black Friday, I send out my Black Friday specials and blah, blah, blah. But it's like trying to get attention in the middle of a parade. We got clowns, we got floats, we got people singing, we got marching bands. Nobody's going to notice me, right? So how do you single yourself out? Well, I found this tool. And Miss Amberly's here. She's going to talk to us about this tool. It's old school. It's old school, but it's brilliant. I use it and the results are amazing. I'm not saying don't do emails, text, social media messaging. I'm saying absolutely do this. But you really want to connect somebody? Send out a card. Send out a card. And Amberly has this special that she sends out a card. It's 10 cards for $20. And you could and there's that 10 again. There's that number again, right? You send out the cards. It includes a stamp, which blew my mind. I don't have to write anything out. I can design each individual card. I can design blocks of cards. I could do whatever. I could put my logo on it. I could put my information out, and it's $20. It's a 10 for 20. So do you think that so far the napkin math is doable? Can you drop a yes or a hell yes in the chat? Yeah. Yeah. And do you think that getting more people to use Young Living and become a member on your team, whether a customer or a business partner, that's doable? Drop a yes in the chat. Absolutely. Absolutely. So it isn't as difficult as we make it in our minds, and we overcomplicate things. It's like, oh, it's very special. You need all these things. You don't. You don't. You don't need any of those things. It's very easy. You need to reach out to your circles of influence. And I want to just go back to that before I have Amberly jump on and just tell us about the 10 for 20. But think about your circles of influence. Think about if you go to church, if you're at the grocery store, if you're at a restaurant that you frequent, you shop around the corner that you shop on, the friends from college, from work, from the Lions Club, Rotary Club, any of those things that you're a member of, sewing club, book clubs, any group you're a part of, bring your toolbox with you, bring your business with you. Constantly be thinking, how can I help these other humans learn about this beautiful things, beautiful products that are helping my life today and helping my business and helping them help their business. All make sense? Yes, beautiful, beautiful. So now, fancy is fun and good is done, and I love that. But what I want to do is, Amberly, I'm going to stop sharing for a second, and could you just tell them real quickly and drop in the link that, oh, you already did. Drop in the link. You could reach out to Amberly. Amberly has introduced these cards to me. They're absolutely spectacular. Amberly, tell them about the 10 for 20.
Well, thank you so much for having me. First and foremost, it is such an honor and a pleasure to be with all of you. And I just want to take you on a journey of building beautiful relationships. You know, we don't really realize how incredible relationship building is within our business because we're just kind of doing life and we're just kind of going about our days and reaching out and having touch points, because how else are we going to stay memorable and stick out to others? You have to go old school. Emails are not being read, they're kind of being deleted. They're other areas, maybe text messages don't get read, but a physical card, someone has thought of you. Maybe you're putting your specials on a 5x7 card and you're sending it out. You know, we need to be anticipating our clients' needs. If you know, if there's a special person that they use these products, you know that they're going on sale next month, then you send out that card to them. Here's your special. And actually, I have someone that I use, she does the exact same thing to me. And I am constantly top of mind to her. And that is so important for your clients. So this 10 for 20 challenge, it is 10 cards within 20 days for $20, postage included. Who can you reach, connect with, encourage, and support the people that you're doing life with? The people that are so important, because we all want referrals. We all want to be memorable and stay top of mind with our clients. But if they do not remember who we are, because maybe we only send them a text message, or maybe we just send them an email, but staying in front of them, having a way to connect with them is crucial. I mean, just imagine you're going to send something like this out to someone that you are truly looking to have a connection with. I mean, goodness, all of your information's on the back of the card. They're going to put you on the fridge, and every time someone comes into their home, they're going to say, well, what in the world are you doing? And you can connect with anyone. You can put your branding on the back of the card. You can customize any of the cards. This is your real estate to own who you are, your business, make it whatever it is that you want. You have the power to make this business whatever you want it to be. But stop doing what everyone else is doing out there, because they are not moving forward. They're doing the same things. Be different, stand out, show the person that you truly are, and give yourself the opportunity to make a difference in other people's lives. They need you. They are looking for places and people to connect. They are looking to have some sort of healthy way to look at life, and they're looking for resolutions to their problems. Be that person and support the people that are in your life. Let me know if you guys have any questions. The 10 for 20 is so simple. And I put my cell phone number there. You can text me, reach out to me. I want to help you in your journey, in your life, in your business, how I can support you. If you are looking for networking opportunities, if you're looking for different platforms, I am here to not only connect you, but to be your friend and to help you along.
And
Thank you
she means
so
it.
much.
She's a lovey. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
She is a lovey. She really means it. She will walk you through. You think I'm techie, Trish. And when I got onto the thing, I'm like, Amberly, how does this work? Because I wasn't taking the time to figure it out. I'm like, I don't have the time. Just walk me through. And she did. She was so patient. But I mean, when was the last time you got an envelope in the mail and you got to open it up and then you get this beautiful card? And, I got a Christmas card. It's okay not to be okay because I was going through some challenges when I lost my husband. I sent this to you're my soulmate to my man, just to tell him that I loved him for no apparent reason, which was cute. And I got to personalize it on the back if I wanted to. So I mean, I love them. I think it's a nice alternative. So I really encourage you. It just makes you stand out. I saw a big difference. Trish, I know you've used this before, and I
Yeah,
love.
can I add something because this blows me away. I did this probably 15 years ago when I was in banking, and we had a bank. I was CEO of this bank that we would not take any customers unless they were referred. And we used send out cards because the referrals went crazy. But I'll tell you a secret that one of my employees figured out that we did, and why I've never thought of this with my Young Living business just makes me crazy. But stuff that we forget, and we have friends right here that say, well, didn't you do this? We would put a picture of our friend and maybe me, if I had a picture of the two of us, and send it out and say, I just miss you so much. I love you so much. You talk about people keeping these on the refrigerator. They were like, oh, because people always keep pictures of themselves. They will not throw away a picture of themselves. But a picture of you with them if you happen to have it, or when she would meet new people and she wanted them to be one of her clients or customers, she would say, is it okay if I take a picture of the two of us so I remember this? She didn't tell him she was going to send him a card, but she would send him a card that week, that day, if she could, and say, I cannot believe I met you. I already love you. I hope we can be together forever. And the whole world right now is crying for a strong relationship because loneliness is at its height. You would think it's not, but loneliness is really driving a lot of decisions right now. And so that kind of touch of a real picture, a real card, something that people can hold on to. Amberly, thank you. And Lorianne,
I'm not done.
you're
Hang on.
brilliant.
We
You're
ain't done.
brilliant.
We got to recoup. So Amberly
Okay.
is wonderful. Go ahead, Amberly.
I just wanted to leave you all with this. Each and every one of you ladies on here, I want to encourage you all to send a card to yourself. I put I am statements in my card of everything that I am searching to be. Even if I haven't already met those things yet, I'm going to be what's in this card. And we all need encouragement and love and support. And I am building this community of people that support one another. And I truly mean this. You need to send cards to yourself. You need to be a support system for yourself because you are seen and heard and valued and loved and appreciated.
Thank
So
you.
I just wanted to leave you with that.
Thank you, Amberly. That it's so true. And send your goals to yourself. I think write them down. Send yourself a card so you can hang it up and it's in one place. Let me just finish this up with all of you because I want to do a little bit of a recap because we're almost to the end of all of this for you. Hopefully this has been really helpful and giving you some tools that you're looking for to really stand in your CEO, CVO, high heel shoes. So let's review from last Saturday. Jack explained process goals and results goals. And make process goal would be like making 5 phone calls and or contacts a day. Doesn't have to be a call. It could be an email. It could be a message. It could be a card. And a results goal would be add those 10 people to your team. Again, recapping, here's the recap for you. The the 3 simple steps. First of all, remember, you're an owner mindset. You own this business. Make it what you want it to be. Institute the 10 principles we went through at the beginning, and absolutely call on Frank. Frank is going to be somebody who's going to be in your life. Explain it to your partners that Frank is going to be around. So not to be jealous, but it will take you to higher, bigger places. And the 3 steps: use the product, share the product, support the team with follow up. Follow up is what makes people successful. Number 1 reason for making successful. Now, I'm going to ask you all to make a commitment to yourself. One is to focus, follow one course until successful. I want you to follow one course, do the 3 steps, just follow one course and get your numbers and your members and your teams up, follow one course, and then do the rule of 5. Remember, Jack told us intention plus attention is the how we get it done. We know what our what is. We know what we want. Now we need to do the how. We need to focus and use the tool of rule of 5 and Frank. And I want you to take action today. So are you willing to implement the rule of 5 today and do 5 things towards your goals? If you are, I want you to make that commitment in the chat right now. Because when you're making that affirmation to yourself, you're also making it to all of us. And if anybody knows me as a coach, I'm going to be following up because I have it in writing. So I want you to make the commitment. Make the commitment right now to yourself to take action, implement the rule of 5, and to be frank. Write it in the chat. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, and finally, to take your actions to the next step, I want to piggyback on this, on Jack's goal setting class, and my offer to you today for spending it with me, other than getting my yumminess, is I have an activation visioning workshop that I do a digital visioning board. Going to teach you the hows, how to do this, why you do this, results you get from doing it by doing a digital vision board. If you scan this, that'll let you in. And if you use that coupon code, you get in at absolutely no cost. It's a gift from me to congratulate you for showing up today. And as I say on my radio show every week, is play a higher role, serve a higher purpose, show up for you, and show up big. This is a way for you to show up big for you. So take a shot of that QR code. Or you could certainly reach out to me at lakasdi@ldcstrategies.com, at Coach Lorianne on any social media. And I always am here for you. You could call or text me at 516-983-3591. I really hope I earned the privilege of your time today, and I hope you learned some things. And I want to open it up to any questions, if you have any.
Holy moly, Coach.
What Chris said, I was just like, all of the things, honey, this was amazing. It was so good. It was life-changing. Thank you, babe.
No, thank you. Thank you all for showing up. Yes, Roberta.
I'm gonna have to listen to this 5 times to get everything down.
I told you I was going to do it New York fast. I wanted to be mindful of our time. I wanted to be mindful.
I do want to piggyback on something that you said, Lorianne, that you and I were talking about, and that I talked about with Jack last week. By the way, he's going to do part of the success principles again in March. And Lorianne, I hope that you'll come in and train again on the success principles book. But you guys, we all use all the products. I mean, my life, I've been in this 3.5 years, and my life totally transformed this year when my boyfriend all of a sudden got, brain cancer, and we're working through all that. But the amount of support we've gotten in this group, and then yesterday Roberta sent me a thing about ylang-ylang, literally causing the brain to light up, and there's a clinical trial by an MD that has actually put that information in a way that you can hand it to another doctor. But his doctors are the top doctors for this particular kind of cancer on the planet, and they're all open to what I know. And so Jack and I were saying, if you only got 10 people that are just like me, or just like Lorianne, or just like Kat, mean, we just want to be healthy and and have help from a community that we can go to in times of emergency or whatever. And I mean, I never don't buy, you know, $300 or $400 worth of product because I will not go without Ningxia. I can give you 1,000 reasons or 1,000 things that happen, but I lived in Costa Rica for a while. I was not going to go without Ningxia, and so that's an absolute must. Now it's a must for me to have ylang-ylang for Tom and me, but also ylang-ylang is in joy, and I use gratitude and joy before I get out of bed every single day. I've done it since I started this. Jack does it too every single day. And then I never go to sleep at night without lavender on my feet. So, you know, there are some things that are just, oh, and I never go in the morning or at night without putting frankincense on my skin because it's got such qualities of rejuvenation. And I'll tell you, a lot of people here talk about Ellie, but I mean, people have said, God, Trish, you look so different than you did 4 years ago or 5 years ago. And I swear it's the frankincense, but it's also my body's just completely transformed since I've been in here. So you only have to have 10 people like me and have them find 10 people like me, and you are Royal Crown Diamond on 3 layers. So once you get 3 layers of 10, 10, 10, you're Royal Crown Diamond and you never go back. So it's ridiculous that we make this so difficult. It's like this is easier than selling stuff on Amazon.
It starts
And
with one. It starts with one. Just think it starts with one. And if you can get the 10, that's why I started with 12 new members a year. But look at the impact you can make with 12 people, you know, and then you go from there and you have a team around you. And community is so important. And your team becomes your community, like this community here for us. So, and yeah, I'm 96. I don't look bad for my age because it's I'm only kidding. But yeah, it really it's changed my life as well. I know it's changed Ellie. Kat, do you have anything to say? Because I know you've been quiet. I usually let you talk, but today I didn't.
Yeah, I've been like, just watching. It's been awesome. Um, the biggest thing is as we're talking about all this, a lot of people talking about what they start with the morning and what they end with. Someone taught me not that long ago, and I loved it. They said, first thing in the morning, think about what good can I do today? And then the last thing at night, what good did I do today?
Beautiful.
And it's just just little simple thing. Because sometimes when we have a very specified step-by-step thing that we know works great, but we think we don't have enough time, and then we skip it, skipping it, some of the big challenges. It's like we need to work through whatever we need to work through. But if we don't have a lot of time, that's a simple way of doing it. That's my advice for today.
I love it. I think that's great advice. Amazing advice. And like I said, you know, Kat, you didn't start out thinking that you were going to have 300,000 people under you, right? Or more.
Oh, no, not at all. When I started, I signed up 13 people. It was a real odd little number, but I had sent out physical letters to 50 people when I discovered this. And they were people that had been to some of my classes. So I just sent out 50 letters. Of those 50, 15 said that they would come to a class. Only 13 showed up. I signed up all 13. And those were the people that I worked with for 2 years. I didn't personally sign up, although I had lots of other friends, sign up people directly underneath me. I instead signed people up within this group. And those original 13, I had them invite people over and I taught them a class and I helped with that. And I kept looking in the organization who wanted to work. That's the best way of doing it because, it's a matter of timing too, when these people become royals or even just senior stars. It's the timing. Yes, it clicks one day or they get motivated and they do. Like you say, you gotta take action. But you yourself can look through your organization, even if it's just a budding one. This person here, they act like they would really like a mentoring. what would mentoring look like for that individual if you were to take some extra time and work directly with them 3 or 4 times? Sometimes it takes somebody being pushed, and sometimes it takes somebody being guided. And when I would have classes, I always would have the individual whose friends these were speak part of the class. But the very first time, I didn't tell them ahead of time. I let them know I'd be asking a lot of questions about specific something or other, but I let them teach that section. And that was huge too, because a lot of these people, when they first come in, they don't want to talk to people. That's the biggest fear. So many people have this tremendous fear of public speaking. And, all it takes is doing it a few times and the fear goes away. I remember the first time I had to speak. I was teaching Silva at the time, or beginning to place where I was going to teach Silva, and the guy that was coming in to teach the class wasn't able to make it for the introductory, and said, "Oh, guess what? You're doing it." He told me 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the class was going to be at 6 p.m. So I was like, ah! And I even have that recording, and I sound like I'm on it. But it's good to go back to and say, this is where I started. So again, push yourself, think bigger and bigger. And right now, was raining all last night into this morning. And during this call, it switched to big, huge, giant snowflakes. So it shall be interesting to see how much snow we get. But it went from spring to winter in 15 minutes. So it's going to be fun. Yeah, it was wonderful, Lorianne. It was beautifully done, and something that people really needed to have a step by step, because sometimes we don't know where to begin.
Yeah, and we're gonna put up on the website the 3 steps so that you can just take a review. You can go to jackcanfieldoilers.com. You'll find all your resources there. And again, reach out to us if you need anything. We're all here to support. Thank you so much, Kat. I appreciate that support. And thank you all for being here. Amberly, thank you so much. Does anybody have any other questions? Because otherwise we need you to go make your commitment. What are you going to go do? Rule of 5 and what? Focus, focus, focus. Take action. I want you all to take action. I'll know. I'm like my mother. I'll know. All right, y'all have a really, really good one. Thank you all for showing up and showing up for you. Congratulations to you for showing up for you. We'll talk soon. Don't forget to reach out to Amberly. She will guide you through that beautiful, beautiful opportunity. And Trish, Ellie, my teammates, thank you guys so much for showing up. Appreciate you both. And
I
Kat,
love you,
always.
Marianne.
Love you too, Roberta. Thanks, Mama.
So amazing. Thank you.
Girl.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys, don't forget to come next week. You're Ellie, right? Ellie, aren't you
Please
training?
remember.
No, next week will be
Remember.
Lucy.
I think it's Lucy next week.
Oh, Lucy.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Ellie is on the 17th. So
I get to follow
next
Lucy.
Saturday.
Thank you.
Yep. Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
made you follow her. I wasn't gonna.
I call Lucy Juicy, and she is going to be phenomenal, because she's just announcing, she's been working on a licensing for hormones, that's a medical licensing, so that she can interpret test results and really help people get the kind of hormones that they need, and combine those with the, more sensual kind of sexual oils, which Ellie has gone down a very strong path in. She's going to be good. Ellie's going to be good. And so
I teach that course.
yeah, we're wanting to gear it around love and Valentine's Day, obviously. And Lucy is so fun, and so well, she's got millions of customers, because show that book again, Ellie. I got a chance to meet Lucy 3 years ago. There's an oil for that, and she was trying to figure out sexual kind of, she wanted to know how to use oils with she and her husband, and there wasn't anything really written on it. So she went into a deep dive and she wrote that book, and it became millions immediately. And she was doing great in Young Living, but she didn't have a group around her like this. And I met her and we had a lot of stuff in common, and she wanted to be part of Jack's group, but she's really not, but she thinks she is because we adopted her. So we help her, she helps us. She always is at our live events teaching and training, but this year and next week she's going to announce what she actually can do in a bigger way, and she's going to be like Coach Lorianne and Ellie and maybe Kat. I don't know. If Kat does it, I want to be first to sign up. But a bunch of us are going to do one-on-one so people can concentrate and get help for an hour or so with the person that you want one-on-one help with. And I think it's gonna up our game of these golden motorcycle rallies even more, because we don't want more than 100 people, because Jack always has thousands of people around him. And he loves this because we hold everybody down to where it's just the cream of the crop, the first 100 people that sign up. And we now have developed this love for each other and this fun, because what's her name that teaches us all the time dancing? Gosh, just
Kathleen Seal.
I forgot that. I don't know. But Kathleen and her husband usually are there, and they teach us dance because they've got a dance studio in Kansas or something, and their little boy is darling. Anyway, we are going to have a special treat this month, and March is going to be the success principles that we're going to go through the workbook with Jack and with all of us, and then we'll all go into LA and party and grow and make each other really accountable. It's time to make money from this business because it's not hard. And we all got in here because we said, well, if I want to be healthier, don't 10 other people want to be healthier?
Caring is caring.
And now, you guys, I'm telling you, Tom never did any of this kind of stuff ever. He didn't even eat right or anything. And he's just being the best guinea pig on the planet to do all the right stuff that all of us probably have practiced most of our life. But now, when you've got a real big life-threatening thing in front of you, you go, oh, I think I'm going to make some changes. And so I'm suggesting to all of you, don't wait for those moments when you are in a corner and up against a wall to make the changes that are going to empower you. Do it, do it when just push yourself a little bit more, a little harder effort. Do the stuff that Lorianne's saying. Don't wait until you are out of money, out of health, out of friends to go, oops, I should have pushed just a little. So I don't know why Ellie's laughing.
Out of money, out of friends. Oops.
I know. I mean, half the time we wait till we've wiped everything out of our lives that mattered, and we go, oh, I should have made some changes in my lifestyle, right?
Yeah. That's an opening too, to say that it is far less expensive to take care of yourself now and keep your body healthy now than pay for healthcare later when you have all these other things going on. Some of the healthcare things that we go through is out of our control. Some is in our control. Let's control the things that are in our control, take care of ourselves, our bodies. Self-care is real important, so that we can do this and help other people get healthy. It is less expensive for us to take care of ourselves on the front end. So wellness care is really, really important. And that's where we want to keep every single one of you. And that's why we're doing this. So just to recap, next Saturday is going to be Lucy Libido will rock your world. The following Saturday, the 17th, will be Miss Ellie Meadows will rock your world. It is one good, yummy event after another. Come here every Saturday. We are having really like superstar major people coming to speak and give us really good, helpful tools, useful things to help us build our business. And if we're not building our business, it's on you. Number one of our top 10 today, it's on you. So everybody have a really good week. Be the best you, show up for you, show up big. Love you all. Thank you again for your time today.
Love
And
you guys.
health
Love
is
you
our
guys.
wealth.
Wonderful. Thank
Meredith?
Health is our wealth.
Yeah, if you don't practice wellness, you will practice illness for sure. Amberly? Yeah.
Hey Lori, what is the name of that drink that you were talking about for?
Show red.
Okay, hold on. I have to write can somebody spell it because
I'll drop it in the chat.
Ningxia. And I'm telling you, if there's only one food you're going to eat in your life, if you get rid of everything else, I think you can live on Ningxia. But Ningxia is a lifesaver. I'm telling you, I think it's been a big piece of Tom's stuff, and Tom loves it. But you guys have to use Ningxia.
There's a kit now too that it's
Yeah.
a 14-day kit, I think it is. Oh my God, it's amazing. It's just amazing.
and
Yeah.
it is okay for cancer patients, chemo patients, radiation payment or
Well, okay, Amberly, let me tell you what I said about that, and they all agreed. Okay, so when you go in and you've been told you have cancer, they give you all these protocols about the chemotherapy and radiation, everything. They don't give you one protocol about food or exercise or
I
water
know,
or
and
water. So I said, okay, guys. And one of the doctors, only one, said, now I don't want any mix up with vitamins or anything. And I said, wait a minute, excuse me, I have a PhD in energy medicine. And I said, so you're going to tell me that you don't care if he eats 5 gallons of ice cream all day long, but
with
you're
sugar.
worried about me giving him a vitamin? Now, does that really make sense? And she goes, yeah, you're right. No, it doesn't. And so what I'm working on with these guys at this hospital is pulling together a protocol for what to give patients to do in addition to what else they're doing. And he's the first patient they've ever had that went through 2.5 months, every single day radiation, every single day chemotherapy, and never got sick and never had to take a nap. Never. And they said, we've never ever seen this. So, what we did on the other side, now they understand, wow, all of our stuff is going to work better if they come in cleaner, right? And so now we're even doing more to help them figure this out, because patients have to be as good of a prospect as possible in order for all the really radical stuff to work the best. So yeah,
Listen to the logic behind that too. The cleaner we are, the better we can withstand it because we're going to be stronger. So just from a logical standpoint, it makes sense, right? So some of the
Right.
things that they don't say or they don't tell, it just doesn't make sense. They don't have the answers. They're not focused on that. Remember, they're focused on one part of the system. So
Right.
that's why. And also, I'm a certified herbalist, so and aromatherapist, and just understand that it's very rare that there's counter indications from natural products to these chemicals. The
Yeah.
natural products, like Kat had said on a text message string we had, is that the point of the essential oils is to take those toxins out, take the bad stuff out of our body. So that's what's helpful with it. So it's real important. I'm not saying don't do your research and make sure there's not counter indications and stuff like that, because there may be, but I have yet to find something that doesn't. Natural products usually help support the other stuff, the radical things that we have to do.
Well,
So
I'll tell you, one of the doctors even, he was the head of all radiation for Barrows, and Barrows is the #1 cancer hospital, neurological cancer hospital in the world. And he said, look, there is nothing you can give to Tom that's going to counteract the stuff we're giving him, because our stuff is heavy duty radar, specific. And he said, just do whatever you can to support his health. And one of the top surgeons said, Trish, the sad thing is that I had 3 hours of nutrition in all my training. I am the #1 surgeon for this in the world, but I am not a healer. I don't know anything about healing, and I want you to teach us how to do that. And so we have a really good relationship, because I have huge admiration and respect for what they can do and how they're helping Tom. But we're going to prove that Tom's a great guinea pig. But I'm telling you, talk about having to change. He had to change every single habit he's ever had for all these years in one day. He gave up sugar. He gave up most meat. He only eats like salmon or something like that, a little bit of chicken once in a blue moon. He's drinking a gallon of water every day. He's exercising every day. I mean, this is a person who literally had to change his life. And it's really hard to change.
Yeah.
So
I love what Kat wrote in the chat. Each ounce of Ningxia contains the equivalent of $72 worth of organic fruits and vegetable nutrients.
Yeah, I wrote that down to
That's
share with my
impactful.
dad.
So impactful. And again, if you go to Young Living, thank you, Ellie, and you go to the products, it's a Make a Shift Reset Kit. So look for Young Living Make a Shift Reset Kit.
Yeah.
That you're gonna love Ningxia Red, and make sure you drink. Oh, look, we got a box there that Roberta's showing us. I will tell you that drink it cold, and I take those packets with me everywhere I go. When I travel, I have them with me all the time.
well, the auric value of blueberries is somewhere around 50. This is a scientific test that they use for food to tell you whether they are high antioxidants or not. And I think the auric value of Ningxia is something ridiculous, like 600 or 700. Like
No, it's like 30,000. I'm trying to pull it up right now because I was
do
going over
pull it
this
up
the other day.
because the amount of the register for auric value, and this is not Young Living, this is scientists around the world that go, okay, we need to have a measurement for antioxidants. What antioxidants just hold oxygen at a higher level in your body so that your body can heal itself. And my feeling about cancer is that it's your best friend. I think cancer creates cancer because you are so toxic in your whole body that these little cells become warriors like, we don't want to die. And because you're killing everybody else, we're going to get together and we're going to make our own blood vessels and we're going to survive beyond all of you because you're dying because you're so toxic. Because these cancer cells don't want to die. And my feeling is once you get your body cleaned out and you basically tell these little guys, hey, it's going to be okay to just be normal. You don't have to work so hard. I'm going to take care of all the cells. All of a sudden, everybody relaxes and goes back to homeostasis. And I believe that's what we're seeing in Tom right now is this, it's like cancer is your best friend to go, what the hell have you done to my body? It's not an enemy.
No. By the way, auric stands for oxygen radical absorbance capacity, in case anybody didn't know what auric was.
Did you find out what the
Ellie
number
did.
was?
Yeah, so I just shared just 4 screenshots. So this is a presentation that Joby put together. So she kind of like owns this one. So I got her permission to share a few slides the other night. So Lorianne, I will get with you about that from Joby. So I put the 4. I did a half-hour class on Wednesday, and I was talking about the reset kit. And these are the 4 that I chose. I really quickly just dropped them in the chat, the screenshots. It's talking about the ORAC, the top 10 benefits of the Ningxia, this apple image. If you guys see the last image that I put up about the oxidative stress, it's one of the first things I ever saw when I joined Young Living was Joby's presentation, and that image stuck in my mind so hard. That was like almost 3 years ago now. So yes, Lorianne, I'll ask her about that.
Well, basically, the brown part of an apple is what happens when oxidation occurs, and the molecules in the apple start aging really, really fast. They start decaying, and that's what happens to your skin and why you start looking worse and worse and worse and worse. So the idea is, how can you keep that lighter color part of the apple longer? And it has to do with how much oxygen you can hold in a cell. Because when cancer starts to grow, basically it's taking all of that nutrition out of the surrounding cells because it's going to survive. Basically, the type of cancer that Tom has, glioblastoma, the doctor says, yeah, it won't die. It cannot die. It won't die. And I said, well, the reason it won't die is because it's the strongest warrior cell you've got that's going like, I'm going to survive if only one of us makes it, And my feeling is because his tumor has reduced about half of what it, well, I mean, they got 97% of it when they did the surgery, but now it's reduced. The 3% that's left is about half gone. And they said, well, that's kind of impossible. And I said, well, I think once they start trusting us that his body's not going to self-destruct, it will be happier and it'll just kind of become normal again. And, you know, I'm going to stick with it. I mean, my philosophy is my own. I get it, but I didn't come to this out of not a lot of knowledge. So that's what I'm going to believe.
I love it. All right, we need to be mindful of people's time.
Yeah.
It's 1:40 Eastern
Yeah.
time. I hope you guys have a really great day. Love you all.
All
Thank you
right.
for
I'll
all the
talk to you,
information.
all.
Love
Amberly.
you
Call
guys.
me. I love you. Bye.
Okay, see ya.
Bye.
Thank you.